Welcome to the show, Mr. Aggarwal. To start with, your sense of the quarter, how it has gone by. The numbers look extremely well. Is this something that you had expected, and how are things shaping up overall for FY25?
See, definitely, if you see this quarter, we have grown by 21% in terms of revenue, and our EBITDA has grown by more than 90%. And this growth has obviously come on back of a lot of initiatives that we've been taking in the last few years. Even our EBITDA margins, earlier were 21%, then we expanded to 27%, and this quarter we have delivered a 33% EBITDA margin, return. And even if you see the volume of the visa business, it has grown by almost 40%. So this quarter we processed around 10.1 lakh applications compared to around 7.2 lakh applications in last year. There was an 18% in organic growth, and also from iDATA acquisition, we did 1.6 lakh application volume. So definitely, a lot of initiatives that we took in the last few years has really paid off, and this quarter has been the highest ever for the company. And going forward, we definitely want to maintain this growth momentum. Even for iDATA, the numbers are not fully from the whole quarter. Only the acquisition got completed on 10th of July, so only 80 days of revenue have come in. We've also acquired Citizenship Invest in October, so those revenues should also come in. Also, in our subsidiary e-services, we have announced the acquisitions of RD Loan Solution that should be completed towards the end of the month. So overall, inorganically also things are looking good, and organically we definitely see a lot of growth potential in multiple tenders that are coming out.
Right. Shikhar, congratulations. And an interesting point that you make is that you want to continue this kind of momentum. Would it be right to say that a revenue number of little over 2,000 odd crores for FY25 and little over 600 crores in terms of profitability is what you are eyeing? Or do you think you will be able to surpass that? And in terms of margins, 33 now becomes a base.
See, if you see our growth trajectory in the last 5 years, we have had a growth of around 75% on CAGR basis year on year. Definitely, we want to achieve more growth, but we want to do things in a sustainable manner. So whatever we have done in the this quarter, we want to maintain that. The margins that we have achieved at 33%, we want to maintain those margins. At a consolidated level, our acquisitions get consolidated. So going forward, my aim and our company's aim is to maintain the numbers that we've achieved. But definitely, having said that, there are still certain countries where we can transition to self-run model from partner-run models. So those revenue profitability will get added. So definitely, we see good growth coming in the coming years.
Mr. Aggarwal, you talked about two new acquisitions, that is Citizenship Invest as well as you said to acquire 57% in iDATA Solutions as well. I want to understand that considering both of these acquisitions, you said that you have a revenue target in your mind, but going forward, how much will these two acquisitions add to your overall top line? And with respect to iDATA Solution, it's into sports management, which is slightly different from what you're already doing. So how do synergies match here?
No, actually, first of all, RD Loan Solutions is a company that did a revenue of around 600 crores and an EBITDA of around 22 crores last year. They are in loan distribution business, and under BLS e-services, where we already have 1 lakh touch points across India, they will add on. We will use our existing network to generate more leads and add to that business. So that will add this much revenue in our subsidiary. And Citizenship Invest, this is a niche player. They did a revenue of around $9.6 million last year and an EBITDA of around $4 million. So that will get added to our BLS International. But not only that, this company is right now only present in UAE. It's a UAE headquartered company present in 2 countries. With our network of 70 odd countries, we want to expand that. So we see good growth coming in both the companies. All the acquisitions that we are doing are all synergistic acquisitions, that we can value add, reduce the cost or increase the profit.
So staying with the 2 new acquisitions that you're talking about as well, what's the kind of revenue contribution are you seeing, potentially from these 2 at its peak?
See, as I said that Citizenship Invest last year did a revenue of around $9.6 million. So that will get added. We completed the acquisition on October. So this quarter, some numbers should come in from that. RD Loan Solutions did a revenue of more than 500 crores last year. So those revenues should get added as in when the transaction is completed. So that is, but on top of that, organically also, as we have won a lot of few new tenders in the last few years, we are in deployment stages in different countries across the world. We've deployed some of them already. So I feel that revenue should go up from that as well. And on top of that, there is a multiple, big opportunity of 1.5 to $2 billion worth of contracts that are coming up for bidding that we have been bidding for. So we feel if we can get certain market share from that, we can maintain the growth momentum of the company in the coming years.
Mr. Aggarwal, you're sitting on a net cash of around 900 odd crores. Considering the kind of acquisitions that you've already made in the past, any further acquisitions on cards with the kind of cash that you're sitting on? If not, where will this cash be utilized? And if you're planning any acquisitions going forward, what domain will they be into?
See, this cash that we have as of September end, this is post the payment for iDATA of around 720 crores that we've already made. So as you know, BLS International is a negative working capital, cash generating company. So definitely we generate good amount of cash every year. We are looking right now. We've already done, if you see last year, 2-3 acquisitions. This year also post iDATA, we acquired Citizenship Invest, as well as now RD Loan Solutions. So certain money will be utilized in the acquisitions of RD Loan Solutions as well. So post that, we, as you know, we are a dividend paying company. We've been paying dividend from the day we got listed, and we are always looking at benefit of shareholders. So we are looking at multiple options. Dividend payout is one that we've been continuously doing. We want to first consolidate all our acquisitions. We've done a lot of acquisitions, get the maximum benefit out of it. And going forward, definitely we are open to more acquisitions in the related field. With Citizenship Invest, there was a forward integration. We were already doing short-term and visas, but now long-term residency and passports, we have gotten into that. Now, BLS International in the visa space, we are looking at if there are not many players in the visa space globally, but in citizen services, there are multiple players across the world. So definitely, in synergistic spaces where the negative working capital business, volume is high, where we can value add and we see a good growth potential. Those are the kind of companies we will look at in the near future in terms of acquisitions.
All right. Mr. Aggarwal, one more thing on the cost side of things, your finance costs have significantly gone up YOY, and depreciation has also gone up significantly YOY. I want to understand as to why has this happened, first of all, and where do you expect these levels to be at going forward?
See, some of the countries that we have taken over, so definitely that had led to an increase in cost because cost of services have gone down, but employee benefit expenses and other expenses have gone up. But in terms of finance cost, we had to take a little bit of loan for the acquisition of iDATA, from tax purposes. So that is why a little bit finance cost has gone up, but that is only in the short term, So that is where we are at.
Right. Mr. Aggarwal, one more thing, your digital business has seen, a degrowth in this particular quarter. And so, first of all, I want to understand why has that happened. And secondly, in terms of iDATA, what are the targets that you have with respect to this acquisition?
Okay. So first of all, if I talk about iDATA, this quarter we did around 60 crores of revenue and 23 crores of EBITDA from iDATA, and that too, the full quarter was not accounted for. As you know, this is also a seasonal quarter for iDATA. So definitely, we've done 1.6 lakh applications in that entity. We are working in 15 countries with more than 3 client governments. So we see good growth coming in. Even in that company, we are now actively looking at bidding for multiple contracts in those jurisdictions from iDATA. So definitely, and we already started to combine some of our offices in the common territories. So we will see a good cost advantage, operational leverages, and the client governments that iDATA is working for. Now we have started bidding globally for them. If you talk about the digital business, in fact, we have actually seen an internal growth. What happened was last year, one of the contracts that we were running got completed. So those revenues have become zero from that contract. So that is why, in spite of the growth of banking correspondent and other e-governance business, in digital business, and from revenue point of view, you don't see any growth. But our other businesses have gone up. Definitely, having this acquisitions of RD and multiple new tenders coming in the digital business, we see good growth coming in future and even in that business.
Right. So I think strong outlook going ahead, and I think the street will be watching out for what's in store, Shikhar. Thank you so much for joining us at NDTV Profit.